Welcome to TLT's training course. In this lecture, we will be going over branding and identity. Our agenda for this presentation is to inform people the importance of branding and identity. That also includes how it is used in the modern world, what perks give it its unique ability to draw an attention towards an audience, or even how people themselves can create their own brands by using the brand identity and branding rules. What is branding? It gives perception, reputation, and emotional connection people have with a company, product, or individual. Some also say it's a strategic process to match the gut feeling of a customer to a specific item or organization. It is also used to attract and retain customers by delivering a product that is aligned with what they promise to them. Some elements of branding include brand essential and core identity. This includes the brand's purpose, vision, mission, values, and guiding principles. What is brand identity? It is considered a vital aspect of a brand strategy. Specifically, it is the unique characteristics that influence a brand's perceived personality, appearance, and behavior. It encompasses tangible and intangible elements, such as the brand's history, its name, personality, and so on. Most brand industries use brand identity in their work in order to help create an opportunity to personify a brand, to bring it to life in a way that creates a strong emotional connection with audiences. Branding versus brand identity. What's the difference? In a metaphorical sense, a brand is like a spirit of a company, while brand identity is its body. Branding is the process of making an image for a company. Brand identity focuses more on the visual elements within a brand, like the logo colors, typography, things that express emotion within the brand. Let's take a look at this example of how branding and branding identity are used and how they are different from one another. As you can see here, this is a brand of McDonald's with the classic red and yellow lines that help make the M symbol, which is similar to the title of McDonald's, the founder of this fast food restaurant. Thanks to the simplicity of its design, with only using red and yellow, it has become very iconic to where people, consumers, are able to recognize it immediately and know exactly what it's for. The name of the brand is also significant. Because it is named after the founder of this fast food restaurant, it has become well popular in knowing exactly who made it and what it's trying to represent. You can even see in the bottom how there are headlines that help remind people how to keep it short and sweet. There are no extra needed words or descriptions that are used to help create the brand or describe it. There are also other line spaces that are very helpful in making a brand useful. Sometimes you need the brand space to be evened out throughout an entire document. If you also notice that the words of the brand are bold spaced, meaning that because it is bold, people will pay attention to this. It will catch their attention and even make them interested as to what McDonald's has to offer. Small, thin-lined words, like the one that says Speedy Regular is a great for subheaders, that wouldn't catch the attention of people looking at it. It's only when something is big and bold can some people notice it. But ultimately, it is these fundamental elements, the colors, the spacing, the typography, that help give brand identity its spark. And without brand identity, the brand itself wouldn't be popular or recognizable. Why does branding matter? Branding presents trust, recognition, and loyalty with one another. They give us an emotional connection to customers and to products. Within the modern world, referring to online sales and services, customers are now referring to the look and style of a brand more than ever. Early research shows that almost 62% of people of all ages made the decision to purchase from a brand's value. A brand's purpose also outweighs other benefits, including innovation and discounts when choosing a brand. How is branding used? Brand is used to help give identity to something. This can be not just for a product, but for a company, an organization, and even a service of any kind. The stronger the brand is, the greater trust and loyalty it has for the long term companies and businesses it's supporting. In today's digital age, branding uses a collection of online presence, interaction, and engagement, and especially data driven percentages across various platforms such as social media, websites, and emails. Take this man, for example. He is looking at the brand of this product at a grocery store. It is because it is so small that he is having a hard time seeing its important value or understanding why he should buy it at all. But in this example, because the brand is bigger, larger, and more noticeable on this yogurt carton, then this man here is able to understand the importance and value of the food product and thus is happy that he is able to see it. Moreover, he is happy that it looks delicious, that it looks realistic, and that it's able to help him identify the value of the product for not just himself, but also any friends or family members he might have. How long has branding been used for in our world? Branding has been used since before the modern world advanced to electronic technology or even the first computer. The earliest presentation of branding first started in the 3000 BCE. Ancient Egyptians used branding to make their markets, goods, cattle, and ownership of other resources. As the centuries passed during the medieval times, this process was used to help differentiate livestock and goods in busy or disorganized markets. Here is a physical representation of brands for 300 BCE. As you can tell, this brand was used to identify the cattle that people would move through and out of cities during marketing events. On the top right of this image, you can even see small symbols that were used to indicate what this product was used for. If you look closer, you can see this material was used to help with either driving cattle to a specific area, using in meals, cooking food, or even other symbols that were popular for its time. Here is another example of ancient Egyptian branding. This one is a donkey, and the symbol on the bottom left is used to represent what type of tool or material was used to either herd this donkey, or to ride it, or even cook it. And just like the other branding, you can see that there are different symbols above it that were used to indicate either the name of how they talked back then, the reason for what this donkey is used for, or various other reasons that were invented during that era. How does a brand affect a customer's behavior? Almost 8 out of 10 consumers trust a branding before purchasing a product and what it serves. Some key elements for this behavioral change are building trust, fostering loyalty, influencing purchasing decisions, creating purchased value, and driving emotional connections. When establishing emotional connection, it is important for brands to resonate with consumers on a deeper level, which engenders loyalty and repeat purchases. This can be done through compelling storytelling and consistent messaging.
So, what are the elements that make up branding identity? The elements that make up branding identity are logo design, colors, typography, imagery, iconography, voice and tone, and the values and mission. Logo design is the visual symbol that captures a brand's essence. It combines typography, color, and iconography oftentimes, and it represents the brand's mission, value, and purpose. The logos should be simple, scalable, but also memorable to the audience and also reflect the brand's personality. Designers often blend typographic elements with color and iconography to create logos. So, what makes a logo successful? If the logo represents the brand's mission and purpose, a logo should align with the brand's values. And it's more than just an image, it represents the brand and distinguishes it from others. There's three main types of logos that appear in the world. This includes word marks, symbols, and a combination of both, which is often called a logotype. Some examples of this is Google. And Google is a wordmark logo. It uses typography as the logo itself. For symbol logos, you can think of Apple and its Apple logo with a bite. It's very simple, but it really distinguishes Apple and establishes their brand identity. An example of a logo type would be the Adidas symbol. It has the Adidas word mark, but it blends iconography as it has the three stripes above it. Another example of this is the Burger King logo. The Burger King logo has type, it has text, but it also blends graphic elements. A well-designed logo helps to boost brand recognition. Since the logo is a symbol of the company, it serves what the brand entails. For example, Duolingo has a playful logo type that matches up with the character mascot Duo. From this, we can tell that the app will have playful elements, since there's this really cute, round owl character, and the logo type aligns with the style of the character. So, how is a logo made? The process of creating a logo starts with the research. For example, what kind of logos, competitors exist in the world today, and how are they using logos to convey their brand? At this phase, we look into what has been already done, and we can get inspiration from other brands to see to get ideas and to align your logo that you're designing is already out there. The next phase would be creating sketches, quick iterative sketches based on the research. It's important to jot with as many ideas as possible in this phase, so you can have a lot of to choose from. It's also important to get feedback on your ideas at some point in this throughout the process. Getting feedback can also help you see things about your design that you aren't able to see. So, feedback is a really valuable way to get an outside perspective on your work. After getting feedback, you can select a few of the logo designs that you made and refine those and create more variations, refining the sketch. Finally, you build this out in Illustrator, test different colors, see which colors best aligns with your brand, and then also trying these logos, testing them in different contexts and colors to see how this would be used within a brand. Colors can communicate emotion and perception of brand identity immediately. When someone looks at a logo, they subconsciously have a perception of what the brand entails or the overall vibe of the company. There is this idea called color psychology, where certain colors convey a mood or tone, reds having this exciting or intense feeling, while blues can establish trust and a calming tone. Yellow can convey an optimistic or happy feeling. Having a consistent color palette creates a sense of recognition among the audience. When deciding on colors for a brand, it's important to consider whether these colors align with the brand's mission. Typography is the visual representation of a spoken language. Certain fonts and typographic styles convey different tones. The style of type that you choose affects the readability and the that tone of the brand. Going going back to the Duolingo example, the word mark of the Duolingo logo has a very rounded logo. This makes them come off as friendly and playful. This logo type reflects the playful tone of the app itself. Another thing to consider is how fonts pair. It's important to consider how the different fonts you choose for your brand pair together and look when they're on a page or a post. Imagery can define the storytelling aspect of the brand. The illustration styles can indicate the mood of the brand. Just like color, keeping imagery consistent and aligning with the brand enables recognition and reinforces brand trust. Iconography is also similar to how logos need to be simple. Iconography also need to be simple and scalable since typically they will be seen at a small scale. So they need to be clear, cohesive, and also aligned with the brand style. And tone has to do with the way the copy communicates the brand's personality. The way the copy communicates presents different types of voices. Tones can be friendly, playful, or professional. Slogans also help to reinforce the brand's mission and values. Also be consistent. Tone can also vary from platform to platform. For example, Duolingo, the app itself has a playful tone. For example, the Duolingo app versus their social media has a very different feel. The values and mission of the brand acts as the basis for brand identity. Knowing what the brand stands for and what the brand does is important to the framework for creating perception of the brand. You want to make sure the visuals also align with the values and missions of the brand. Social media is how brands interact directly with their audience. A way for brands to engage with their audience and also promote their brands. Media should have consistency in the branding to retain and build trust in the audience. In conclusion, branding is more than visuals. It's the perception, emotion, and trust in the brand. It shapes how people feel about a product or individual. Brand identity gives branding its form through design, tone, storytelling. Identity translates the brand's purpose into something people can see and connect with. Every element matters. Logos build recognition, colors evoke emotion, typography and imagery express tone, and voice brings personality to life. Consistency builds credibility, whether through social media, ads, customer experience. Brands who stay visually and emotionally consistent create stronger connections. When values and mission align with what they promise, they inspire loyalty and they stand out in the market. Overall, branding is how a company feels to its audience, and branding identity is how it shows that feeling to the world.